celebrating 75 years.
Today, the International Criminal Court issuing an arrest warrant for Russian President Vladimir Putin for war crimes. The ICC says Putin and another Russian official are involved in the abductions of thousands of children from Ukraine. That announcement comes as tensions between Russia and Ukraine have intensified in the past few days. Anna Warnicki in the nation's capital with the latest.
The news of the arrest warrant comes as Putin prepares to host the president of China in Moscow next week, a visit that the U.S. says they're watching very closely.
It means a great deal, speaking out against Russia's brutal aggression.
President Joe Biden hosted Ireland's prime minister at the White House on Friday, where the two leaders once again pledged their support for Ukraine.
We'll stand with Ukraine for as long as it takes.
And the international community is stepping up its support for Ukraine. On Thursday, the president of Poland says his country plans to give Ukraine around a dozen fighter jets. Hours later, Slovakia announced they will send 13 of their own jets. A Kremlin spokesperson said Friday that the aircraft won't change the outcome of the conflict, adding that the warplanes will be subject to destruction.
Russia is running out of capability and running out of friends.
Defense Secretary Lloyd Austin says while the international community rallies behind Ukraine, Russia is looking to China for support. Next week, the president of China will visit Moscow and meet with Russian President Vladimir Putin one-on-one. The meeting comes as the International Criminal Court accuses Putin of committing war crimes in Ukraine. On Friday, the ICC issued an arrest warrant for Putin and another Russian official
for the alleged war crimes of deportation of children from Ukrainian occupied territories into the Russian Federation.
Moscow has denied the accusations, calling them unacceptable and outrageous. And the ICC says it's now up to the international community to actually enforce the warrants. For now, in Washington, I'm Anna Warnicki. Back to you.
High prices may not be the only thing to worry about at the supermarket. Someone may be watching you. There's a new movement toward using facial recognition in stores for security. And as you might imagine, it's not without controversy. A supermarket's use of facial recognition is raising privacy concerns. The sign posted outside a Fairway store in New York City reads, "Customers' biometric data may be collected."
It's using a scan of our eye, or it might be using our facial, our face, or a fingerprint.
Fairway saying in a statement the technology is helping our store reduce retail crime. Dozens of large retailers are reportedly using facial recognition to catch repeat offenders, and more entertainment venues are using the tool at ticket gates, including First Energy Stadium in Cleveland, Citi Field in New York, and the Rose Bowl in Pasadena. Businesses in New York City required to post signs notifying customers of any biometric surveillance. Amazon now being sued, accused of not following that requirement. In national weather out of Porterville, California, crews are moving debris around bridges as more than 200 residents who live along the Tule River have been evacuated from their homes because of flooding concerns. Trucks and heavy machinery have been working since Wednesday night to clear debris from the river to prevent clogging. Residents who live in the area ordered to evacuate. This because the U.S. Army Corps of Engineers is releasing more than 10,000 cubic feet of water per second through the spillway at Schaefer Dam. This means the risk of flooding could remain for days.
Time now for Utah's most accurate forecast with Bob Bedore. Weather rates certified 11 years in a row.
And Bob, we had some flooding issues in our own state earlier in the week, but a calm from the storms tonight.
Yeah, we're calm now, but we do have a chance coming in Tuesday, Wednesday. We could see those flooding areas start to come back in southern Utah. We'll talk about that in a moment. But right now, outside our own studios here at ABC4, our off flag just suddenly froze up there, but you can see 37 degrees. Clear skies for the most part. That is what we've been looking at through most of our state. You can see that we look at our satellite. It's just some wind trails coming through right now, but they're coming down from the north, which is what has kept our temperatures a little cooler, which is nice because we don't want that snow to be melting quite so quickly right now because we don't want to get into those flooding areas. But let's take a look at what what's going to be happening. We're clear today, start to clear tomorrow, and then Sunday. Let's see what starts to happen here. Sunday morning, you can see, now this is in California. We're looking still good here in Salt Lake, but watch as this just starts to make its way over. We'll start to possibly see some scattered showers into Utah by the afternoon. But then as we get into nighttime and overnight, this is where we're going to start to see quite the storm coming through. This means that your Monday commute could be quite messy in much of Utah. So let's make sure we're careful to watch for that. And let's look and see how this is all going to come together as we look at our long-range futurecast. You can see clear going into Friday night, but then we get these clouds start to come in Saturday. You think that's a lot of clouds? Watch this as we bring them all over. We just pull a curtain across the entire state. We're going to see a lot of cloudiness coming into Sunday, and then that's going to bring that storm that I talked about. You can see it already starting to percolate there, coming up from the south into Sunday night, and then into the overnight. We'll see more of that, and then there it is by Monday, 6 a.m., starting to see that right around your commute. It's going to continue on Monday, start to go. Tuesday morning, start to see things clear away. We think we're about there, but watch what's going to happen from the south here. Boom, comes up again. A second wave, this time a little stronger, giving heavier snow and some more rain coming through. Now, this is going to play on all the way through Wednesday into Thursday, which is going to be good. This is our water year. Look at this. We're above where we normally would be in a water year all over. Let's keep that going because they're really helping out our drought. We're holding on real nice here. Only that 1% in that extreme. Let's see if we can try to clear that out. If we can get that going, that would be fantastic. Our regional forecast, well, we're looking at 20s for most of the state for our lows. Vernal, not looking real good. They're going to be pretty cold tonight. I think that should just be a 6. I don't think that should be a -6, but, Vernal, it's still going to be cold. But then if we make our way into St. George and go through the week, you're going to see that there's that rain coming Monday, Tuesday. And Monday is spring, but it's not going to feel much like spring because temperature is going to start dropping down a little bit at that time. And then you can see that Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, that rain coming through with the isolated showers on Thursday. Up north, going to be about the same story as we are looking at a clear Saturday, Sunday, but then Monday into Tuesday, we'll see that rain coming through. Again, that's going to continue Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. Temperatures dropping down a little bit till we start to get that break on Friday. So we've got a lot of wet weather coming for the week, and we're going to be watching it all right here and following it.
And we don't want it warming up too quick anyway, right?
That's right. That's what we like, that it's a little cooler. We're about 5 degrees below what we normally are right now.
All right. Sounds good. Thanks, Bob. Wesley joining us now with sports, and only one Utah team left dancing.
Kind of. Utah Valley's playing in the NIT, but
well,
in the big dance.
I'm talking about the big dance.
Exactly. Yeah. Good news, bad news for the local teams in women's NCAA tournament. Southern Utah didn't have the luck of the Irish against Notre Dame, but the Utes